Hello Internet friends, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Everett in the King 5 newsroom on this Thursday night. Friday is going to be a first alert weather day. We are tracking some changes. We have the big ridge of high pressure over the region today that just kept things beautiful and tranquil, but two contenders are coming in, low pressure systems that are fairly strong that are going to rudely move that high pressure out of the way, and there's going to be a bit of a fight. We're going to see some gusty winds that'll kick up tomorrow, possibly up to about 40-45 miles an hour inland, and certain portions could see some gusts up to about 60. In fact, let's dig right into it and I'll show you what I'm looking at. Here's what we've got is on Friday morning, again, kind of expecting winds to pick up along the coast between about 8 and 10 and then move inland throughout the day. So there is the potential for some gusty winds, tree damage, down limbs, and some power outages, mostly along the coast, especially the northern coast where we'll see some of those bigger gusts, and the northern interior. What I mean by that is basically Whatcom County and the San Juan. So I'll start you off with a tranquil live look from Bellingham. Again, this is right around 9:30 on Thursday night that I'm recording this, so you can see it. The water's glassy, visibility's fantastic. There's no problem whatsoever, but there it is. There's that low that's right off the coast, basically parallel with the Oregon-Washington state line there. And so what that's going to do is move inland and take that high pressure and shove it off towards the east there, but again, not in a very polite kind of way. Wind advisory kicks in on Friday morning. It looks like if all those areas in tan, including along the coast out near Westport and then Hood Canal all the way up the I-5 corridor, basically from Pierce County up towards Skagit County there. And then we got something special for the north coast, especially out towards Forks there and then up towards Bellingham, where we'll see some of those gusts 30, 40, and even 60 miles an hour. And that includes the San Juans as well. So you can bet that there's small craft advisories and the potential for some power outages in that region. So as we take a look, here's what we're expecting overnight. Some light offshore flow, no big deal there. And then we get into right between about 9 and 11 a.m. You start to see those winds gusting up along the coast there, get into the 30 and 40 mile an hour range. Fast forward that into the afternoon when those winds start to come on shore. By about 2-3 p.m. we're seeing gusts up to about 50 and possibly 60 along the immediate coast. And we're also seeing those winds really picking up around the south and the southwest interior. Puyallup, Olympia, Bremerton, we'll see those gusts getting up to about 40, and then Oak Harbor and Everett are going to gust up into that 40 mile an hour range as well. It's going to stay gusty throughout the entire evening. In fact, this is 9 p.m. on Friday. We're still seeing gusts in the 30 and 40 mile an hour range up and down the I-5 corridor, where it'll be a little less gusty along the coast, getting back into the 30s again. Finally, by the time we get to Saturday, we'll continue to stay breezy along the coast, but it looks like those winds will start to back off, especially in the interior near Puget Sound. We'll get it back into single digits in places like Bremerton. So here's what radar looks like on this Thursday evening. As I zoom in, I'm already starting to see some moisture off towards the northern tip of the Olympic Peninsula and into the mountains. In fact, snow levels will ride around 3,000 feet tonight. We're going to see some pretty decent snow into the weekend. This is 9:30 on Friday morning. We're expecting that rain to pick up along the coast. So by about 10, 11 a.m., we'll start to see that move in again through the southwestern interior and now into the I-5 corridor, where we'll see it Tacoma, Seattle, Everett, and that will continue to move off towards the north. But it looks like places like Mount Vernon and the San Juans will have a pretty solid rain shadow because everything's moving in from the south and west. You also notice that snow starts to pick up in the passes. So far, no advisories in place for the mountains, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if that doesn't change. Friday, 4 p.m., now we're seeing steady rain for the evening commute there, basically from the Oregon state line all the way up through the Olympics and up towards about Snohomish County. Friday evening, things start to taper off. It'll still be rainy up towards Whatcom and portions of Skagit County there and down towards the south there near Chehalis. Another band of energy moves through in the middle of the night Friday into Saturday, so by 6 a.m. Saturday it's kind of more showery than rainy, and that'll be off and on throughout the day. By the time we get to about the afternoon, we'll start to see that back off, and we'll catch a little bit of a break on Sunday morning before another band moves in. In fact, another low will be swinging some rain through the region as well. So despite all that, it really depends on where you'll be. Oak Harbor will be almost completely rain shadowed by this, but out towards the coast we expect an inch, possibly an inch and a half into some spots there. It looks like Shelton will pick up about an inch of rain as well. 7-day snow levels look like they'll dip down to about 3,000 feet on Friday, so we could see some snow in the passes on Friday afternoon there. Again, if there are any watches or warnings, we'll let you know. And the Saturday bounces up to about 4,000 as the warm front swings through. Cold front swings through on Sunday and Monday and knocks those levels back down to about 3,000 feet once again. So Saturday morning, yeah, it looks like we're going to pick up some new snow at the resort. Snoqualmie and Stevens will be in the 4 and 5 range. Crystal looks like it gets about 7. And Baker, where they are holding an event this weekend. It's going to be a snowboard event. It's going to be really fantastic. They'll have a foot of snow on Saturday morning. They're going to add about another half to that by Sunday. So if you're looking for something to do, that's the place to go. All in all, the resorts and the Cascades are going to do very well. Hurricane Ridge looks like it's going to be the big winner here. So taking a look at your 7-day forecast again, Friday will be a first alert day with those gusty winds. I think if there's one silver lining to this whole thing, it's that at least we're not cold anymore. You remember we started off, temperatures were in the teens and 20s on Monday morning. Now that we're starting to get some more of that maritime influence, temperatures will be regulated, staying in the upper 40s and lower 50s through the next 7 days. From the King 5 Newsroom, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Everett. Stay warm, stay safe, and keep looking up.